Let's talk about some of the issues around these low traffic neighborhoods. And again, ever since I published some videos about this yesterday, our website has been blowing up. The comments on my videos are just chock full of everyone saying they dislike low traffic neighborhoods because they believe their politicians are out of touch with the real concerns of local residents. And I appreciate you. Again, if you want to submit a question to me, go to brianformayor.london/bus. Or /volunteer. You can, again, sign up, share our assets, and also ask me questions. And so we just went through Wandsworth, and I wanted to talk about what's happening with Wandsworth. You know, the Wandsworth Council is actually going to suspend its low traffic neighborhood trials following a high-level review. And again, the trials were intended to combat climate change by encouraging people to use more sustainable forms of transport and to tackle air quality. Again, they had great ideas. But after the initial review, the trials identified concerns in Wandsworth with emergency access and with traffic flows. And so they have now decided to suspend those LTNs. And so we can see this is a concern of the boroughs I'm going through as we speak. And I appreciate Wandsworth Council for doing that and for trying to look into these a little bit more before, again, we put these mandated restrictions on local residents when it actually pains them through fines, through hurting their businesses, etc. But it's not just in Wandsworth. In Merton, a petition urging the Merton Council to U-turn their low traffic neighborhood schemes has been launched. Hundreds of residents have now voiced their worries, stating there has been, quote, little or no consultation, unquote, to those who live and work in the borough. And that's what we see time and time again. The mayor is out of touch with the citizens of this city. And the article goes on further to say a petition calling for the proposals has been put to a halt immediately, and it's gathered more than 800 signatures at this point. So I'm going through Merton right now, and the people of this borough are saying that they want to review these low traffic neighborhoods, and I appreciate them saying that. Next, we go on to Kingston, which we're going to be coming to shortly. And again, there as well, the LTNs remain divisive for the residents. And Kingston's council's low traffic neighborhoods, they continue to spark great debate amongst the residents with concerns over their lack of consultation. And this is a recent article in the SW Londoner, and it went on to say that the council introduced the trials in early September on Albert Road, Lower Ham Road, and King Charles Road, and they're scheduled to last until March. This again is in the borough of Kingston. And Helen, who's the leader of the Kingston Independent Residents Group, noted, quote, good, well-designed low-traffic neighborhoods are to be supported, but the Kingston LTNs were badly planned and there was no consultation with residents, unquote. That's a direct quote from Helen, who lives in Kingston. And again, we see this systematically from your mayor, him mandating these ideas without consulting the local boroughs, and we think that has to stop. Let's go on into Sutton, which is a borough we will again travel in today, and this is where we see issues with the mayor's street space scheme. And so the Sutton Council has now removed the pop-up cycle lanes in Throwley Way and St. Nicholas Way, reinstating the traffic lanes for use by motor vehicles. And the trial measures were launched back in September to create, ideally, a dedicated space for people to cycle and provide a safer, active, greener travel alternative to the car journeys to Sutton Town Center. But according to the council, recent traffic survey data and consultation feedback have highlighted that the trial, quote, has not achieved its objectives. And I really appreciate this. I'm a man that respects data and respects the science. And these people had a great idea, but then they've looked at it and they've said that the number of cyclists reportedly is not growing and the car use is returning to pre-lockdown levels. And the article finishes by saying this, and I quote, the council has listened and we have said since the start, we'll remove any schemes that are not working. And I praise Sutton for this. They go on to say, quote, we will now be taking out the cycle pass in St. Nicholas and Throwley Way due to the low number of users and restoring the previous traffic lanes, unquote. And so again, I appreciate Sutton looking at the numbers, looking at the science. Again, I am all for green initiatives. I am all for promoting cycling in the city, but I want to make sure it doesn't hurt our residents, and I want to talk about that shortly. Finally, Richmond, we're about to head through Richmond. The council leaders in Richmond are very frustrated about proposals to expand the congestion charge zone into parts of Richmond. And as you know, the congestion charge has been absolutely an abomination under the current mayor. Not only has he raised your congestion charge from £11.50 to £15, he's extended it to 24 hours a day, he's extended it to 7 days a week, and now he's extending it even further in location and increasing the ULEZ zones, and Richmond is not impressed. And again, this controversial move was among a series of measures that was suggested in a leaked letter. And it also talked about the Richmond borough trying to raise money by adding more taxes to its local councils. And I want to talk about this. These measures should not be used to raise revenues by taxing the citizens. And this is something everyone's frustrated, and you can tell these boroughs it's a real issue. So again, I want to get your questions and your answers right now. Tell me, what borough do you live in? What's your biggest challenge, and what's the question you want to ask me? Tell me, are you frustrated with these low traffic neighborhoods? Are you frustrated with the mayor's street space scheme? Are you frustrated with other mandates coming from the mayor without consulting local residents, and why? Next, do you think it was right for the police to detain us, to fine us, and to ban us from campaigning? And is this politically motivated? And finally, do you think that free and fair elections should take place on May 6th? And do we need new leadership, new vision, and new ideas to take London in a new direction?